We have here another example for population growth, specifically for bacterial growth, which is actually an application that uses the concept of differential equation in conforming to the formula. In deriving the formula, we use actually the idea of solving separation of variables from a certain assumption. Okay, you have that on our first video in this playlist, so I'm gonna let you view that on your own time. This time, let's try to solve this problem using the formula that we have gathered, or the model that we have gathered on population growth. We have here a culture initially has P sub 0 number of bacteria. At T sub 1, the number of bacteria is measured to be twice P sub 0. If the rate of growth is proportional to the number of bacteria P sub t at present at time t, determine the time necessary for the number of bacteria to triple. Now, unlike the previous example that is on the previous video where the values are given, this time the values are not necessarily stated, but they're actually represented by a certain relationship. Let's say, for example, at t sub 1 or at t equal to 1, our number of bacteria is twice your original P sub 0. So what we need to do here is, of course, use this formula. This was the formula that we have developed, the population growth, which is also applicable to bacterial growth. The population at a time is equivalent to P sub 0 e to the power of kt, where t is the time, k is the constant of proportionality, which is true for all situations in the specific problem, and then P sub 0 is the initial population. Now, we have here this is actually P of t, right, at a time. So this is even also described as P of t. You have still P sub 0 e to the power of kt. So for us to be able to understand this problem, initially we don't know the initial item. So let's stick P sub 0 as P sub 0. Okay, that is at t equal to 0, meaning there's initial time. Okay, so at t is equal to 1, our population became twice P sub 0 at P sub 1. Okay, and then we are tasked to identify the time. Okay, the time, this is T sub 1, right, for a number of bacteria to triple. So twice P sub 0, we're going to look for the time intended. Okay, so probably let's just use P sub 2 and T sub 2. This is what we don't know, right? That's what we're trying to solve here. Again, unlike the previous example where we are given with 200 initial bacteria, then we have at a certain 5 hours, if I'm correct, we have 800, and later on we're solving the number at the time needed for the growth to become 5,000. This time it's expressed in this manner. Okay, so whatever be your P sub 0 after t is equal to 1, you will be doubling that, and we're going to identify the number of hours needed for it to be tripled. So if we're going to come up with a table as well, you can have here t per hour, and you have here your population. So at t equal to 0, it's still P sub 0 here, initial. So at t is equal to 1, we have twice P sub 0. And at t, we don't know, we are going to identify the time intended for that. Okay, so for this, we are going to plug that in our problem, but of course, you can come up here with a table. This table may help you. Okay, just look at the relationship. Now, so how do we solve this one here? Now, the goal here is to solve for k, or your e to the power of k first. K is the constant of proportionality needed for this formula. Or, as mentioned in the previous formula, I'm going to stick with e to the power of k. Yes, you can still solve k, but as soon as you will try that on the second situation, of course, you're going to solve k using this. Okay? And then you're going to use that same k to solve for this t here. But when you're going to use that k, you're still going to make it as an exponent of our e. But now, I'm going to stick with e to the power of k, because I would use the entire expression to solve for the next one. So this is how I will solve this problem. So initially at t is equal to 1, okay? So probably it's number of hours, right? We don't it's not given as hours, but at least it's given as time. So we will given here as p is equal to P sub 0 e to the power of k t, which is actually identified as at t is equal to 1, it's twice P sub 0, okay, is equal to, that's actually t is equal to T sub 1, so T sub 1 here, you will have here P sub 0 e to the power of k times 1. So basically, you will have here, if you're going to divide both sides or multiply both sides by 1 over P sub 0, 1 over P sub 0, so that this would be cancelled here. So the other side will also be equivalent to just 2. Okay, but that will be cancelled. So you have here 2 is equal to e to the power of k. That means I already have my e to the power of k. If you would like to solve for k for that, of course, you're going to use the natural logarithm of both sides. I'm just showing it here. And then apply here the rules of logarithm. So you have natural logarithm of 2 is actually k times the natural logarithm of your e, which is just equal to 1. So k is the natural logarithm of 2. And then you're going to plug that in here for the second situation. But instead of that, let me stick to this, and I'm okay with that. Because the next problem here is at p, meaning our p is thrice already p sub 0. We'll be using this same value. So you will have again p, I believe I noted this as p sub 2, right? So p sub 2 is equal to your p sub 0 e to the power of k, and then t sub 2, the item we don't know. But this time, our p sub 2 is thrice p sub 0. You have p sub 0, and then e to the power of k is actually identified as 2, and then you have here power of t. Because if you have e to the power of kt is equal to e to the power of k raised to t. So since e to the power of k is 2, so you have t to the power of 2. With that, let's try to divide both sides by 1 over p sub 0, or multiply rather. So this would be again 1, and that's 1. So you will have here the result of 3 is equal to 2 to the power of t. This time, I'm gonna still use this method, but this method was used only for the final form, not for the solving for k. I'm going to take the natural logarithm of 3 is equal to the natural logarithm of 2 raised to t. Again, using the laws of logarithm, you will have your t times natural logarithm of 2. That would mean your t is the natural logarithm of 3 over the natural logarithm of 2. And if you would like to try to use your calculators for this approximation only, this is actually approximately, not equal, because we cannot get its exact value, approximately 1.58, whatever that unit of time, if it's hours, if it's minutes. So let's just simply stick to this because the given did not state any type of unit. Okay, so let's have here 1.58 unit of your time. This is the value of t intended for this item here. Okay, so 1.58, again, probably in terms of hour, in terms of minutes or days, we don't know that yet. But this is how we solve it. Again, I'm sticking to my decision of solving for e to the power of k rather than k. Yes, of course, you can do that. And please try this. Okay, try this one. In solving for the next situation, that would mean you will have here, instead of 2, you have e to the power of the natural logarithm of 2, which of course would be equal to 2 in itself. But for some cases where it's not possible to automatically get an exact answer, I would like to use e to the power of k rather than that. But if you can try doing that on your own. Okay, that's for this example. Thank you very much for watching.